guys, I'm back. Today this is a little Minecraft tutorial on how you can get the 1.8 PvP mechanics in Minecraft 1.9 and later. So, first of all, I'm just going to verify that this is 1.11.2, the latest version as of right now. And as we all know, since 1.9 PvP has been nerfed in some way, and now we have to wait on our attacks. Personally, I don't really mind it too much, but I do prefer the other one better. Which a lot of people prefer the other one better. So, also I'm not using my resource pack since it's only for 1.8. And there's a way you can actually make it. You can put modifiers on tools to create the to change the attack speed on tools. For example, as you know, this one has 1.6 attack speed, but you can actually change that using commands, or you can just use custom tool things. So I'm going to give myself a command block, and I'm going to put a button as well. So the first thing I'm just going to do is just give myself a diamond sword. As you can see, it just gives me a diamond sword, nothing happens. But you can actually, if we do this, basically this is how many, and this is the damage. In this case, I want a perfectly undamaged diamond sword. So now in order to change the attack speed on the tool, what you need is to change the attributes, and attributes can be changed by using specific MBT tags. For example, on this one, the MBT default tag says for diamond sword that the attack speed is 1.6 and the attack damage is 7 when in the main hand. Now there's a list of attributes, but the one that we're going to be focusing on right now is the attack speed attribute. So what we're going to do is make it where we can modify attributes. So AttributeModifiers. You need to put the square bracket like this, just because it's going to be a list of modifiers, and the curly bracket for one modifier changed. We're going to do, the first thing you want to put into your list of modifiers you want to change is the attribute name. And we're going to do the attribute generic.attackSpeed. That is the name of the attribute you want, comma. You also, so now we have the amount of the attribute you want to change. The maximum you can set it to in the game is 1024. By default, it's actually just 4. So for this, you could basically, it's kind of like infinity in some way. The operation, we're going to set that to 0. You have to fill this out. Basically, it means that we're adding. If you set it to 1, then you'd be multiplying. We don't want that. Slot, basically on what slot will this effect apply to? We're going to do main hand because that's where your sword is. And we also need to have a name for this attribute change. I don't know why, but I'm just going to call it attack speed. You can call it whatever you want. Put it in quotes. And the next thing you need is its UUID. You know, some players have UUIDs. Well, attribute modifiers have to have UUIDs too. So you put in UUIDLeast, basically the lowest one, and UUIDMost. You can do it whatever you want. Just stick with one usually, and then close that, and then end the square bracket, the list, and then the MBT tags. And if we do this, as you can see, it has plus 1024 attack speed. As you can see, it looks like the diamond sword from before. Where if we bring up this, you get the little attack thing right below. I put it right below my crossbar. Of this, there's none of that. But where's the attack damage? Well, because of this, we actually have to fill in that field, and that's why we want to do a list of these attribute modifiers. So this first part, going from this bracket to this bracket right here, or this one rather, sorry, is one attribute changed. We're going to change another attribute just to get the attack damage, because that didn't get changed by default. So we're going to do the same thing. That's the name of the attribute. There's a really limited amount of attributes, but Oh, I misspelled that. You need to make sure this is spelled correctly. There's attack damage, there's movement speed, max health, knockback resistance, follow range, luck, and I believe, I think armor as well, that's right. So anyway, do the same thing. We're going to set the amount to 7 because that's the amount of that a diamond sword would give us. And operation 0, basically do the same thing. There must be no spaces between these commas, by the way. And this is all case sensitive as well. So if you do something like this, now we get the +7 attack damage and we still get the infinite attack speed. So let's say if I wanted to summon a mob, like a few zombies. Actually, we don't want to do zombies because it's burning. Creepers. So basically, with this old diamond sword, we'd have to wait a little bit. Otherwise, if this happens, if you try to spam, and as you can see, it's not working right now. But with this, that's not a problem. As you can see, it's the old, basically the old mechanic for PvP, and that's what you want. Now, there's one thing that's going to be a little bit different. As you can see, I hit multiple ones at once. It actually does that for the knockback, so it's not truly 1.8 PvP, but it's close as you can get because 1.9 added that. So it can't exactly be 1.8 PvP, but it's kind of close to. And basically, you would repeat the same thing for like an iron sword if you needed one, or if you wanted a pickaxe as well, even though I don't know why. Or an axe, and make sure when you do the axe, you've got to make sure its attack damage is set back to 6, which is what it was before. Otherwise, in this game, axes would be the most broken thing ever. And of course, you have this. There's some. I don't know what the idea with these curse things do, but I do know that this is going to be a sword enchantment right here. So there's going to be new enchantments added to the game, but I think that 1.9 plus games really have not been used much, and I think that maybe if there was like a 1.8 style PvP on 1.9, maybe, or 1.9 plus rather, maybe there would be more games played on 1.9, 1.10, or 1.11 as the latest version. There's also one thing I wanted to mention, and know what everyone wanted me to mention, is the shielding, because even with this you still can't block, and you still have to use this, and this is kind of broken because basically you get almost % arrow protection, but the problem with this, of course, it can run out of durability, and it doesn't 100% take the hits from arrows. If it does more than the damage it cuts. So you have to watch out for that. Of course, there's really nothing much else. Oh yeah, rods don't work, by the way. They just literally attach the players rather than giving them knockback, so you gotta be the one thing that's different. So maybe if there was something like that. What the hell is that? And then of course, where are they? These guys now move so much, but that would be the only change that would really be that prominent. But it's PvE. Sure, that might have changed, but it's not that big of a change. So maybe with this, if this becomes a scenario or a plugin to make all tools have this attack speed, like, or basically everything that you would need, like swords, all of these, not the flint and steel, of course. Basically anything that changes the attack speed and attack damage, just change. Anyway, that's really all that I have to say, and maybe this could create more 1.9 plus games. Alright, see ya.
It's time to do